We are now 19 days into Losh and just 11 days left until opening night of HHN 33, meaning that this is going to be a fun-filled few days with just 11 more uploads until my HHN 33 opening night vlog. And to be 100% honest with you, I've loved every second of this month, creating new content for you guys and just enjoying all the little things about this event. Whether it's tickets, lore, or anything that you needed to know about Halloween Horror Nights, it's all just been so much fun to me and I've loved every single thing about it. And I want to personally thank you guys for all of the support and love that you've given me throughout this entire month. Hope it keeps coming strong as we're in the final stride and we're almost at the end of this, but don't worry, we have a very busy haunt season coming up, which I'm so excited to bring you guys along with me for the whole thing. And just like my other videos I've put out this month, this is going to be no different. As in this video, I'm going to be discussing whether or not you should purchase an express pass for this year's event. But before we dive into that, we did receive some big news about this year's event in general that included a sneak peek at some merchandise and a first look at our new icons. You heard that correctly, not iconic characters, icons, as confirmed by Laura Sauls in a recent interview with SFX magazine, in which she stated, "In Duality of Fear, which is a scare zone right at the front of the park as you enter, we have two icons this year. They are Sinister and Surreal." So the scare zone program is based on those, Sinister being physical, visceral torture, and Surreal being psychological, twisted mental anguish. What we love is they are female presenting icons and you will have to pick a path. They're not battling each other, they're a team, representing horror in its entirety. But you can pick your path. Do you go right and take the surreal path of horror? Or do you go straight and go through New York to take the sinister path of horror? Which is really cool. They're brand new icons. Which is a long way of stating that we have two new icons. And along with that interview, we also received a thread of tweets that I will place on the screen if you would like to read them. That one showed us our very first look at Sinister and Surreal, and two gave us a brief look at their story, essentially showing us that they have been brewing underneath Universal all this time, meaning that the horrors that lay beneath Universal will finally be unearthed. And might I just say, while looking at these two characters, I'm very intrigued on how they will be shown off in the parks, what their looks will be like, and how good the designs will be. Nonetheless, if we receive more information about these characters, I will make a video on them just so we can dive deep into detail about exactly who they are. And as for the merchandise that we received a look at today, it was a lot. Now, not all this new merchandise is available, but it will most likely be available when the Tribute Store opens on Wednesday, August 28th. But to me, instead of talking about every single item that was shown to us today, I would rather talk about my three things that I like the most. And those three things were finally being able to see a Little Boo popcorn bucket, which is something that I've wanted ever since we first seen Little Boo. The Studio Screamers pin set, however, this has 5 pins opposed to it usually having 6, which makes me wonder who the final pin will be. And finally, the Blumhouse shirt that is absolutely stunning, that features characters from all the big hits of Blumhouse houses. I love it, it just looks absolutely amazing. And I feel like I would actually be wrong if I didn't mention this. Yes, I'm going to say a fourth piece of merchandise that I like a lot, and it is because it is the new Ghostbusters jacket that is just chef's kiss perfection and has me wondering what other Ghostbusters merchandise we're going to see for this year's event. But now I feel like I've gone way too off the topic and I need to get back on it. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about Halloween Horror Nights Express and if it's worth it for you to purchase, paired along with a few extra tips that may help you when it comes down to the event overall. Now, if you don't know what Halloween Horror Nights Express is, I'm here to let you know. Express is essentially a way to bypass the regular line, usually by half the posted wait time. For example, let's say the wait for a haunted house is 100 minutes. Your estimated wait time will be 50 minutes or less, depending on the ratios used by the team members at the merge point between Express and regular lines for the haunted house. And if you didn't know, in the past few years, I've always purchased Express. From 2019 until 2023, I was an Express purchaser. And I've had moments myself where a house was posted at 75 minutes and I've gone into that haunted house within 15 minutes. But I have also had the opposite happen to me as I've got into an Express line that said 30 minutes and waited probably about 30 minutes. So it's a double-sided sword. Hopefully it's an issue that gets fixed this year. With the amount of Express passes that were sold out when it came to the multi-night tickets, I think that issue might get resolved very easily. But we'd have to wait and see just to find out. And I feel like another thing I need to note here about Express is that it is single use, meaning that you will only be able to use it one time at each of the individual haunted houses and attractions that are operational during the event's hours. And it will not grant you any special access to Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. The show itself will be a standard standby line that is open to everyone, and if you don't get there early, you might miss out on that showtime. But to me, the big positive of having Express in a situation like this is that you are guaranteed guaranteed shorter waits for all of those haunted houses that usually go skyward of 60 minutes and more, which also allows you to do things like Nightmare Fuel, giving you time to go and watch the show and not have to worry about rushing to do everything throughout the entire event, essentially giving you a little bit of breathing room in comparison to going without the Express Pass. And now, after knowing all of those details, you may be wondering just how much does an Express Pass cost, and don't you worry, I made a calendar with the prices as of the recording of this video on it to show you just how much the prices are for the passes along with the price of a single night ticket, so that you can see just how much it's going to cost you in total if you plan on getting Express along with a single night ticket. The Express Passes will start at $82.99 plus tax, and they will shoot all the way up to $239.99 plus tax on peak nights of the event. But you can't just look at these prices and think that you're done and ready to plan from here. One big thing to note about the prices for Express Passes is that the prices tend to change the closer you get to the date and depending on when or where you purchase them. So one of my big tips when it comes to Express Passes is that you should buy them ahead of time and online, as the prices online are cheaper than if you were to buy them at the event gates on the day that you're attending. Plus, you risk the factor of maybe them being sold out for that date as well. And I also feel like I need to state this just so everyone understands it. The regular Daytime Express and the Halloween Horror Nights Express are two totally different things, meaning that the Daytime Express will not work during Halloween Horror Nights. So to add to that, if you're staying on site at one of the resorts that offer Unlimited Express, you will not have Halloween Horror Nights Express included with that as well. It would need to be purchased separately, and I know it may be confusing, but trust me, it makes sense. If you're staying on site, you have Unlimited Express for the daytime parks, but nothing for Halloween Horror Nights. Hopefully, you understand that. And if you're wondering, why is there Unlimited Express for daytime but not for Halloween Horror Nights? Well, there technically is an Unlimited Express for Halloween Horror Nights. Believe me, they exist. However, this particular Express Pass can only be purchased on site, and that's if they're even available, as these expresses tend to sell out very quickly and are very costly. Now, I don't know the exact number, but I do know it costs more than the regular Express, and if I do see them on sale during the event, I will let you guys know exactly how much they are, just so you guys can have an idea of where that ballpark is. And I just need to reiterate, this isn't an every night thing. They won't always have these, but if they do, just go there as early as you can and try to purchase it. Another ticket that you might also want to be on the lookout for is Express After 11. Now, this isn't something that's sold every night either. It's typically sold days that Express does not sell out, and it's pretty much exactly what you think it is. It's a regular Express Pass, meaning access to all 10 of the haunted houses and all the attractions through the Express line starting at 11 p.m. Now, another big perk to this pass in particular is that it is typically half the price of the regular Express, which is amazing. I've bought this about once or twice when I had my other Express Pass, because I would use it all the way through and then I would buy this. It was honestly a fantastic experience if you want to do the houses more than once throughout the night. Now, I will say this, these two Express Passes that I just mentioned, Unlimited and Express After 4, are tickets that they've done in the past, and I have no clue if they will bring them back. But I figured I might as well mention them since they are two Express Passes that have both existed in the past and are honestly somewhat likely to make a return this year. And with all of that being said, that is everything that we know about the Express Passes for this year's event so far. Yes, the prices will fluctuate, so I recommend getting them early if you want to do it, but I will be 100% honest with you. It really all depends on what night you're attending the event to really figure out if you need Express or not. For example, I really don't think you need Express during the weekdays, but on the weekends, that might be a little bit different. I've had nights in the past where I've done all 10 haunted houses without Express, but on the other side of that coin, I've also had nights where I've only done between 5 and 7, so I can completely understand the importance of using it and or needing it. But just know that it's possible to do without it. And I really hope this video helped you on deciding if you're going to purchase an Express Pass for this year's Halloween Horror Nights. Do me a huge favor and let us know by giving this video a thumbs up and commenting down below if you did purchase Express and if you've done everything at Horror Nights without Express. Subscribe if you guys already haven't done so, and stay excellent, my dudes.